Welcome to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sports.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion, your home for fantasy sport. We are here to discuss blank game week 32, and I'm joined by the fantasy lord, Paul. Paul, thanks for coming through, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, man. Good night. Thanks for having me.
All right, sir. So, of course, before we start into the action and try to navigate the blank game week and try to pick our assets, of course, let's take a quick gander at the action on the weekend. I am not too keen to do this part, Paul, you know why, but we have to do it just to get an idea of who we could possibly keep an eye on or scout for this upcoming game week. So let's take a quick look at what transpired in 31, right, or regular game week 31. So, of course, we had a very interesting result at the start, Paul. Very, very interesting result. We had Aston Villa 3, Newcastle 0. High-flying Newcastle, Paul, going away to the Midlands in Aston Villa and getting 3-0. Watkins. Is Watkins in your team, Paul?
Of course, I've had Watkins in my team since I think it was 28.
Right.
The big double. I brought him in.
My goodness, boy.
On fire. Even before that, he was on fire, but
yes,
he's been on fire lately.
Now, of course, we have Emiliano Martinez, 6 points. Pope, he had to put on 3 saves, so 2 points for him. Alex Moreno, you mentioned this guy early on. I want to say even maybe around 20 or so earlier, and he has not been consistent, Paul, but coming up trumps with a vital 10 points here, and maybe someone we could look forward to coming up. Of course, Ramsey, he has gone quiet. He had some nice spells last season, but very, very quiet this season. Came up with big contribution, of course, goal, assists, and of course, got some of the bonus points. Big up Watkins all the time with a brace and assist, all 3 bonus points. You can't complain. They're a great day at the office. And of course, anyone who had Watkins but didn't have Haaland was celebrating, Paul. How was on there, boy? You have both Watkins and Haaland?
Yeah. I had both Watkins and Haaland. Actually, my transfer was to bring in Haaland and sold Tony instead of Watkins. So that was ended up being a good decision for me.
Right. Yeah. And of course, nothing. Was this a shocking result to you, Paul, or because of the form at Villa was in, not so surprising, or was it even more shocking that Newcastle didn't even score?
Yeah, the scoreline was shocking. I mean, I know Aston Villa has been in great form. Actually, they've been since Emery took over. They are second in the league on points, right behind Arsenal. So, not a surprising result, but just the scoreline and the way in which the manner in which they dealt with Newcastle was shocking, because Newcastle was in form as well too before this game.
Yeah. Right. So we won't go through all, but we have to tackle this one. A very interesting result here, of course. Brighton 2, Chelsea 1. And the asset that everyone had did not contribute here, but we'll get to that. Of course, Kepa, 9 saves, so he was still able to put off 6 points. Sanchez back in the action, and nothing there.
You know the funny thing, I had Steele and Kepa in my team, right? And I took the chance. I said, you know what, let me start Steele. And funny enough, well, as you saw what happened, Sanchez start, and because of that, I ended up getting the points from Kepa off the bench. So it
Very
ended
good.
up working out for me.
Very good. Yeah, that was a great luck of the draw there. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that luck, bro. Of course. Right?
Because sometimes it's good the other way too. So
Oh, it could have gone disastrous. Right? Oh yeah. Just 1 point from a keeper away could have gotten 6 for real. Of course, the main Chelsea again fooled everyone, right? Traps Gallagher. They started off well with a deflected goal. Mudryk assisting Gallagher, but Brighton doing what Brighton do, playing excellent football this season. Welbeck, and then a brilliant strike from Cisco, the 2 goals there, and of course Pascal Gross and Solly March. No Mitoma, no McAllister. Did that hurt you this weekend, Paul?
not really. He still was there. I mean, he had a few good chances. So I mean, he was still in and about. I mean, you can't expect your players to always return. So I was kind of expecting him to blank. So it didn't hurt me too much.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. I don't want to say disappointed because again, as you rightfully said, they are only human and they're not going to be able to do this week in, week out, right? Was that one, Paul?
I said before that he was pretty consistent. So
yes, yeah. So you can't fault him for having one off day at the office, just one. Speaking of an off day at the office, Wolves 2, Brentford 0. I'm not sure if this was more of a shock than the Villa result. I'm not sure. This one was a shock with Paul Way. Wolves.
Yeah. Wolves actually have been too bad lately.
Correct.
They've gained some positive results. But yeah, it's still surprising to see them beat Brentford.
Yeah. Especially. Yes. Yeah, they should have done much better. Of course, so let's check our contributors. So, of course, we have Jose Sa, clean sheet, 3 saves. Raya, 7 saves and 2 bonus points. Could always count on Raya with conceding 2 goals and still getting 5 points. Brilliant. Of course, Wang, Diego Costa, our goal scorers. Yeah, there still nothing from, well, he didn't even play today, Raul Jimenez. So, Wang and Diego Costa. This is what Diego Costa is maybe first or second goal of the season, if so much. I don't think he's contributed much.
I think that was his first goal.
Yeah. Ivan Tony.
A bit fortuitous too.
Yep, you need those kind of poachers, lucky goal. Tony, Mbuemo, who else again? Pinot, Blanc, nothing from those guys. And of course, everyone right there on the edge wondering if to sell Tony, especially because of the looming yellow card and of course the looming suspension with the gambling issue. So I guess Ollie Watkins and Haaland might be great strikers to have. You just play with 2 and then you pack up your midfield. I don't know what you think, Paul.
Yeah, and actually a week like this where it's a blank game week, so you don't have Haaland, you don't have some of the other strikers in the game. It could be a punt. You could try with Tony or keep him, hold on to him 1 more week.
All right, so this was no shocker. Spurs being Spursy. Bournemouth 3, Spurs 2, Loris 3 saves, Neto 6 saves. So of course, Son, I captained Son this game with Paul. Right, so I was high flying. I was happy when I saw. I was like, "Yo, Son, let's go." Nothing else, because at least 1 or more assists would have, cushioned the blow of the Haaland and the Watkins captains.
One more return.
Yeah.
Usually when you're captaining, you can do at least 2. At least
yes,
2.
Correct. Right. So of course, Son and Danjuma finally getting a sweat and scoring. Perisic with the assist. Of course, you have Solanke Utara, my boy Utara, right? And then of course we have Vinia with the 3 goals and Solanke with a brace of assists. So brilliant haul it. 15 points from Solanke, 8 from Utara, my boy. And of course, Vinia with 7. So a great day at the office. And once again, Bournemouth scoring the goals. We said it on the last show, Paul. Bournemouth are scoring goals.
And Jared, you have been singing the praises for some weeks now, So it's hard to deny. I actually look at this as not as much of an upset as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Bournemouth
The
has
only
really,
thing Bournemouth weren't doing was winning the games or seeing out the games. So they saw a
yeah.
very big result. A very,
And
very big result,
and
yeah.
it was huge too because it was on the road. Normally they play
Yes.
well at home, but what was even more surprising is that they went to Tottenham and got this result. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hats
They
off to
went.
them.
Yeah. And I think this result might play critical in there for them
Yeah.
staying up and survival. Yeah. Of course, former champions, defending champions, Manchester City 3, Leicester 1. Edison, 3 saves, not something that you see a lot with the premium goalkeepers and what Iverson, because you can see the 3 goals, some minus points there, but 1 point for him. Haaland with a brace, big surprise. Stones with a goal, no surprise there. We spoke about his new role and playing in the midfield, and it looks like he's doing well in that role. De Bruyne, Grealish, and Rodri with the assist. Ian Nacho with the lone goal for Leicester. Now, of course, you won't talk much about City because they are blanking. Are you going? Do you have your free agent? Your free agent, Paul?
Yeah. I'm free. I'm
Okay.
free this week. I saved
Okay.
my free exact, especially for
Right.
this week. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. The greatest team in London, Arsenal, going away to West Ham, 2-all. A brilliant, brilliant London derby. Arsenal should have, and could have won the game. Saka missing a penalty. So, of course, that would have threw off all the points. So, anybody that might have took a punt and captain Saka, of course, Fabianski, 3 saves. Ramsdale, no saves. Ben Rahman Bowen with the goals for West Ham. Kieran Paqueta with the assist. Odegaard and Jesus. Jesus continuing his fine run of form since returning from injury with a goal. And of course, White and Martinelli with the assist. Another return from White. So White, must say, Paul White has been doing decent. Of course, another return from Martinelli as well. Not a goal, but of course, a return, a consistent return.
Aitan Martinelli has been the probably most consistent performance for Arsenal
Yeah,
over the
in
last
recent time. Yeah,
recent times. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
for the entire season, Martinelli, but
yeah,
more recently than White.
yeah. Right, so big up Arsenal there. We don't know. We'll see how that affects the table. Manchester United.
I'd rather sold Saka now.
But
Maybe
that's
if
it.
you sell Saka and
Yeah,
kept Odegaard, and Odegaard
yeah.
actually could do for me.
Hold. Yeah, he actually hold. Manchester United, your team, Paul, 2, Nottingham Forest, 0. Keylor Navas, 5 saves. De Gea, no saves. But of course, I was shocked. I really thought Nottingham would have given you all some trouble, but it was an easy day at the office. Anthony with a goal and assist. Dallo with one of the goals, and Martial. Decent return, coming back to in his form, because you'll need him where Gus has done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you'll need someone, especially with Rashford injury. Right? Any update on Luke Shaw by chance?
He actually played today. He and
Right.
Rashford came on in the
Yes.
second half of the Europa League.
Okay. I didn't get to see the game today. Okay. That's good to know. So I guess we can see them. Well, yeah, we'll see them on the weekend. Liverpool 6, Leeds 1. Meslier, no points. Allison, no save points there. I spoke about Salah. I said, guys, I feel it. I don't want to bring him in, but Salah will hold doing this thing from since before, when he's with the games before Arsenal coming up. Now, I'm not saying that they turn in a corner, but these are the kind of games they were losing or drawing recently. Now they are putting in the goals. I think this is the first big goal haul for the season from Liverpool. All right, so of course, Sinister with the lone goal from Leeds, Salah with a brace, Diogo Jota with a brace, Darwin and Gakpo with a goal, each Gakpo with an assist as well, Trent with a brace of assists, Henderson, Jones, and of course, Jota with an assist as well. So 16 points from Jota alone.
And I see that Liverpool did a little tweaking in the formation. Now they have Trent playing in more of a midfield role, similar to Stones. They have him more inverted, and they have Henderson playing more right back. So it's actually helped. And it's increased the productivity for them in the middle of the park. They have a creative force now, So big up to Liverpool.
Yeah, all the time. Have to say it. They have and they are not blanking. So, are you tempted? Or hell no?
Of course, very much tempted, especially on a free hit. Have to bring in Liverpool assets. And then
Right.
the next game is against Nottingham Forest at home in Anfield. Yeah, have to.
So,
Can't deny bringing in Liverpool assets.
cannot go. So, I want to just call out our team from last week. Cap's not here to give us the points, but we had Jota in our transfer 11. We had Wilson. We had Solanke. Okay. We had Grealish, Harrison, Jensen, Trosta. So, Grealish would have been the only one there. Then we had James, Martinez, Estupinian, and Martinez as the keeper. So, we had a few good names there that hold some double figures there. Right. And of course, the clean sheet from the keeper, taking that.
So, if you was to check the score, would have been probably close to 70.
Yeah, about that. I think so. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's take a quick look back. Well, not too much from me, Paul. But you know, we no shame here. We learning, we growing. I'll show you quickly, and then I'll bring up your team as well. I think I made just after the average.
It was a tough week.
Yeah, boy, tricky week. No, but my thing is I keep having some decent subs on the bench. But you can't predict that. You can't predict that. So 57 points from me here. Of course, the average was 55. Kepa with 6. Trent with 9. So Trent was my punt of late. So taking that. Captain Son, 18 points. Nothing else in the midfield. First time Kane hasn't returned in a while. He has been at least taking with one goal, with no return for him. And Watkins was saving grace in the middle there with 16 points. Kilman on the bench with 6. So I could have at least scraped a 63. But that's in the past. We don't worry about that. Right? So I don't know what Paul. Watching this team, man, anything you'll immediately fix?
Well, the good thing about it, most of the players, I think, just at first glance, look like they play next week.
Yeah, most of them. It's just Mitoma. Like I made the changes already, so I bench Chilwell, bench Mitoma. I have a full playing 11. I have 2 free transfers, so I could weed out some deadwood, and try and spruce up the team a little bit.
Yeah, you can make a few changes.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick. Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick. So Caps is back on top. So let's see what Caps would have done to be back on top. So of course, 65 points from Caps. Raya, 5 points. Nothing we'll talk about in the midfield. Of course, Marsh and Grealish, 7 and 5, well, 5 and 7 respectively. And of course, he captained Haaland and he had Watkins on top for a whopping combined 40 points. Whew, from 2 players alone. And that would have dragged him.
And in his side, it was more or less set.
Yeah. I'm still being stubborn and trying to go without it. But maybe after the blank, I'll think about it. Of course, Salah inshallah was first. Jonathan dropped a bit here, so of course 43 points for him. He had Iverson as the goalkeeper, nothing really to talk about in defense. Martinelli 5, Haaland 24, and just Mings on the bench might have cried. You might have cried for that 6 points. Might. I don't know how Paul. You think you'll have cried for Mings on the bench?
It would be nice. Every point counts,
Yeah. Agreed. 67 points here from our good friend here, Ashish Puran Singh. So, of course, Raya, 5 points. Salt in the midfield, except for Grealish and Martinelli, 7 and 5, respectively. And, of course, 16 points from Watkins and the captain, Haaland, 24. Nothing to cry about to the bench, except maybe March. Yeah, maybe March. So, you would have just gotten 4 points extra. So, you would have probably roughly made 71 if he had March. All right, not too bad at all. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty as quickly as possible here. So, of course, Paul, we have to look at the blank game week. We have to, of course, I know a lot of people are thinking about free hitting. I do not have my free hit chip, so I just have to roll with my 2 free transfers as normal. But of course, at the end, we'll try and make a quick draft. So let's take a quick look now. So, of course, who are the best options for buy, sell, hold, Paul? Who tantalizing you? Of course, are you selling any blankers? Are you selling your Brighton assets? No, you're free hitting. So I guess this may not fall in your garden. But if you weren't free hitting, buy, sell, hold, just a general buy, sell, hold.
Well, yeah, we'll have to look ahead because after This blind game in 34, we have a double game coming. And Liverpool after. Liverpool have a nice little double. So they have two home players, I think it's against Fulham and I will be looking to try to get in on their attack as quickly as possible. Obviously, Salah, Trent, maybe a third option. For the third option is they have all the offensive players that are healthy now. So you have Firmino, you have Jota, you have Gakpo. So they could have a little rotation, especially as it's a double game. So you have to be careful. But definitely Salah and Trent. Bye.
Okay. I tempted by maybe one more Liverpool asset for me, you know.
Yeah.
One more.
If you're not free this week, then definitely try to see if you can get to that setting.
Yeah.
Maybe, Robertson or Van Dijk if you want to be played safe.
Right.
That whole looks more or less set. Although a couple of games ago he was benched, but it looks like he's starting to lock down the number 9 spot. Liverpool.
Even Jota might be a decent shot, but that'll be just points chasing, but he looked like a decent shot.
Jota, the only problem is he now coming back from injury, so Klopp may want to, rest him, especially as with the short weeks or the double game weeks.
Yes.
So there may be a little, and once again, as I said, everybody healthy again. He has Diaz, he has Firmino, he has Nunez. Liverpool right now just have the world of possibilities right now.
Yes, they have a full squad back, full complement is back. So yeah, definitely.
So you're not getting minutes that you want, but their assets are still good ones.
Yeah. Right.
In terms of, what any other options for you in terms of buying?
So for me, again, because of the predicament I am in, I brought in Wilson as a punt. So but obviously I can't hold it. I can't hold him, thankfully, because he's playing Spurs right now. Spurs not looking too hot, so I'm looking at him as a whole. And for my team specifically, of course, as I said, buy maybe one more Liverpool asset. So maybe a Gakpo, maybe get rid of I don't know, maybe get rid of Keane or something wild like that. Not sure yet, because Keane can return, especially with that dip of form there. But Newcastle and Spurs is a very big game, and I'll be targeting. If I was free hitting, I would target that game and the Liverpool game. Very hard. Very, very hard, because they have it all to fight for right now. Villa Brentford too is a very nice one. I would have tackled and probably brought in some assets there. So sell for sure. I guess if you have Saka, maybe it might be a decent sell and downgrade, because there's some other guys that are performing from other teams. Or if you want to get some of those Liverpool assets, if you're not free hitting.
So for me, I don't know about Kane. I know you're saying maybe hold on to Kane, but and especially if it is your team devised in such a way, because obviously you want to keep Haaland. If you have Haaland, and if you have Haaland and you do have a free hit, you would bench him.
Yes.
So for me, if you're trying to make some money, trying to make way to get Salah and to get the other assets you want in your squad, to me, you would have to sell Kane. Well, for me personally.
No vex with that at all. All right, transfer reader. Now you free hitting. So I know everybody on your who are some of the key guys that you're looking to bring into the free hit team?
I like as I said before, the Liverpool assets. I like Isaac. Actually, I could name players who are bringing free hit and also like to get in over the next few weeks. And
sure.
Isaac is one of them. He's been in good touch and good form since he's come back. And Newcastle fixtures aren't too bad either. Newcastle have some nice fixtures coming up as well. And I think they have an extra, if I'm not mistaken, they have an extra game to put into the fixtures. So Isaac is a good somebody if you don't own him as yet. And he still has a differential potential as well, which is heavily owned. So he could be good to come in on your own.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that 110%. For me, transfer reader. I guess Liverpool, Gakpo, Jota, those guys. Even Bournemouth looking like a Solanke or something, just to have as a differential. They're looking good. The way they're playing right now. And again, they are trying to survive. You have to hold on to those guys that survive. Even on Moreno, right? But we could save them, I guess, for differential segment. Right? Traps. Who are the big traps of the game week?
Well, for this game week in particular.
Yes.
A difficult one. Newcastle. I know you say like the Newcastle Spurs matchup, but I don't know. I'm not too sold on Spurs, especially now. The Spurs of late haven't really been impressive. Their form has been up and down. So I would try to stay away from Spurs assets. I feel as if they're trapped. They're trying to get on Spurs. Who else is a trap ball? Leicester City assets, Madison.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually kind of like him for this week because he looked a lot better last week under Dean Smith in the matchup against Man City. But their defense, a little shaky as well too. They could be traps. Nothing else really coming to mind.
It's on a shout out Linesh, big up Linesh, thanks for coming through. Our great friend Oli from Mauritius, thanks for coming through, bro. Of course, he's saying that he's captain in Salah. It's all right, big up, and thanks for coming through in the comment section, man. Good to see you, bro. Long time no see. I'll see you next week for F1 for sure. Next up, differential. So we called a few names already. I think Aston Villa, except for Watkins, there's a whole bag. You have Douglas Luiz, Moreno in the back as well. Good fullback. I think another good one, maybe Diaz coming back from injury. A good punt. This is a good game for him here at home, playing against weakened opposition. I think that might be a decent time to maybe go and chase after a Diaz. Right, Paul? I don't know what you think there.
Yeah. Diaz actually could be a good punt. Who else? We're going on differentials now, right? Sorry
yes.
about that.
Yeah.
Gakpo, as I said before, Moreno is another good shout as well. Billing is one.
Correct.
One more
I like that shot.
And he's been a big part of it. He and Solanke have been just connecting well at the top there. So, he's another differential as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So, of course, captain time, El Capitan. And the best captain option for this game week is, I don't know, Paul, what do you think? Best option?
How to go Salah. Mo
Salah. I hope that... Yeah, he's the best option. He's the best option right now.
It's clear, but I think this week it's very clear. I mean, if you really want to, let me say a differential captain, maybe Martinelli. Could be a nice one.
Yes. I see your bet and I raise you Ollie Watkins.
Yeah. Watkins could work too. I mean, it's a tricky game against Brentford.
Yes, away too. Yeah.
But he is in form. He is the form player right now. So that could be a nice differential captain.
I like this. So I'm Lenesh saying some Fulham players might be a good shout given Leeds defensive masterclass for those on free. Facts. Facts. I love that.
Somebody like Willian actually. Willian could be a nice differential and a differential captain if you're on your free hit.
Right. So what we'll do quickly, as it's a short game week, thank goodness it's not going to take too long for us to just preview the games. We'll just run through some of the games real quickly to give an idea of the assets we're looking at. And what we'll do in our transfer 11 segment, Paul, let's make a free hit 11. Okay, so we'll make a free hit 11 in our last segment there, as we normally do. So, of course, the greatest team in London, Arsenal, tomorrow at 3 p.m. So it's earlier. The game week starts earlier than normal. Of course, I'm not happy with that. I have IPL and stuff to worry about, so I have to try and sort this out tonight so I can focus on IPL.
I
But
don't
of
think anybody
course,
is be happy with that Friday deadline, but
no.
it's real stressful. We
I
like
think the only thing for us on this side of the world, it is later. It's
well,
not like 7 a.m. So,
yeah, kind of. But then too, I mean, for some people they in work and
right,
it's
right.
life going on, and you had to be like thinking about these last minute decisions, especially this week.
Yes.
It's stress. But anyway, we will get through it.
Yeah. So of course, Arsenal playing Southampton. Southampton are trying for survival. I do a futile attempt. You think that's it for Southampton? Definitely going down.
Yeah, definitely. I would say them and Nottingham Forest. Look like the
Okay.
two that are going on for sure, and then there's a toss up between the rest of teams.
Okay. Okay. So of
But
course, who's the
Southampton are looking, they're not looking too good right now for them.
okay? I have to give it to Gabriel Jesus. He's in a good run of form, and I think he could definitely be a good asset. He might be a good differential if he's one. You never know, a good asset for this game week here. Now, Southampton, Arsenal have been conceding against the worst, the best, and the in between. They have been conceding at home. So maybe someone like Ward Prowse could chuck something, or Che Adams could chuck something here against Arsenal. So those are the kind of guys they look at. Let me see. We win. Yeah, give us the Fulham leads. Now, so Fulham leads one asset each now, Paul.
Oh, Fulham needs, I would say, well, as I said before, Willian could be a good shout for Fulham.
Okay, yes.
For Leeds, I like Harrison. I see this boy starting again, Rodrigo.
Yes.
Yeah, nice shout. And Sinistera. I've been watching Sinistera lately. 2 goals in the last 4 games. He's starting again. He looks good. Yeah, he could definitely be a good shout as well.
Definitely. Of course, Brentford playing Villa. Brilliant game. Brilliant matchup. Very much. They have close to each other in the table. So the winner here could get some advantage and gain some ground, especially with what's going on with the Newcastle Spurs game. So this is a very, very interesting game. Aston Villa going away to the GTEC Stadium. Brentford definitely want to bounce back from that shock defeat. Right? They've had 2 interesting results recently, and they definitely want to bounce back and get back to the winning form, especially at home, where home is a fortress. So, of course, I would like to big up and shout out Mbuemo. I think Mbuemo has to do something. He's due. Aston Villa, of course, they can't go around with Ollie Watkins, can't go around with Moreno, even Douglas Luiz. These guys are contributing and putting in some good performances. So you have some great assets there alone from this one match that you can look at.
Even a nice show could be Buendia or Ramsey, who've been playing well as well too up front.
Correct. And Brentford have been conceding. So definitely a game that may have a lot of goals. And Aston Villa, we have been decent as well. So let's see how that goes. Of course, Palace, Everton. What do you think about best asset? Say Palace have been in good form recently under big boy Roy Hodgson. Very good form recently.
3 straight wins. They got a clean sheet for the first time in a long time last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking like they're on the up. Eze, hope I pronounce that right. Yeah,
Eze. Yeah.
He came through with 2 goals for them last week.
Yes, had a brace.
Yeah, he looks good. Olise, of course, when on the spot kicks. And you can even look at the defense as well too, Johnstone, and they have some good fixtures coming up as well. I forgot to mention them when we were talking about transfer radar. Guys like Anderson or Guehi.
Correct.
Good little differential shouts.
Yeah.
So they look good. On Everton side, kind of difficult to tell. Maybe Tamari Gray could pull out something for them, but
sure.
They have been so woeful on the road, and they are struggling right now as well too. They need to get some results. I just don't know where the goals coming from for them.
That's it. They've been very dry, very, very dry in the goal department. And of course, speaking of dry, Leicester facing Wolves at the King Power Stadium. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Madison has not been looking hot since his return. Happy Barnes off the boil. Daka off the boil. Vardy has been playing with off the boil.
I mean, they look a little better since Dean Smith. In that last against Man City, it looked, although City ended up running away with it with the 3-0 lead by halftime, but still, there was some positives they could draw if you really wanna a differential, maybe go back to Madison.
Yes, yes, yeah. And with Wolves, John, we don't know who to say. Everybody is just. I would just go with the clean sheet and say Jose Sa to be safe. You need a goalkeeper for the weekend. Jose Sa might be a man. All
Or
right.
Dawson.
Or
Dawson.
Dawson. Or Dawson. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, take it. Guide us through Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Best assets, and this is probably the best match for the game week.
Well, as I said before, obviously Trent and Salah. If you're looking for, if you wanna back Liverpool defense, if you wanna take the chance, because Liverpool defense, just like Arsenal, it kind of okay, it's a little shaky sometimes. But if you want, and you want to be sure, Van Dijk is a good pick. Um, who else? There's Gapco in
Of
midfield,
course.
and maybe Jota. If hopefully he starts, and
Yes.
that's the only thing with Liverpool. Whether or not they will rotate the players.
Right.
Um,
And Nottingham.
well, for Nottingham, your boy, the striker, what's his name again? Is Johnson?
Johnson.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't expect much from Nottingham Forest, but if anybody does something for them, it could be him.
Yes. But you never know. They could cause some trouble. Yes. You
Yeah,
never know.
they could surprise Liverpool.
All right. Of course, next big game. I think this game will be interesting too. Bournemouth versus West Ham. Bournemouth trying to stay out of the relegation zone, and they've been doing a great job at that. Great attempts, at least, have been scoring goals. West Ham had a very good turn of fortune last week against Arsenal, getting a vital point. Of course, you know where I'm going with this, Paul. Do I even have to say it? Utara, Utara, Utara. Of course,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to shout out Billin, Solanke, these other guys coming up. Trumps, of course, for West Ham. Bowen maybe now getting into that purple patch. Hopefully, he could do something away to Bournemouth. And of course, I'm leaving the last one with you, Newcastle versus Spurs. What do you think? This is a very exciting game.
Well,
9 a.m. on Sunday. Yeah,
yeah,
9 a.m. on
big
Sunday.
big game, huge game. European implications. Um, I think it will be tied though. A lot of people thinking 20 goals, but I feel this might be a cagey affair. Um, Newcastle hasn't been keeping clean sheets lately, but I feel if you're looking at somebody, it had to be Trippier to get some points. He has the assist potential, as always. Isaac as well could be a good shout. And on Spurs side, obviously Kane, Son, could come through with goals. But I'm feeling more like, if you're looking for action, you might get with the offense on both sides as opposed to the defense.
Yeah. All right.
Could
Taking
be a
that.
possibility. Yeah.
Now, I think you never know because of the leakiness, some fullbacks or defenders might get something with set pieces. I'm watching Poro from Spurs as much as Spurs, and he's looking good. He's looking very good. So I can't wait to see that game. This game should be very interesting. Right. Before we go into the last segment, Paul, walk us through your team here. So this is your free hit proposal, right? And walk us through the thought process now before we go into the transfer 11.
All right. Well, basically, decided to go with Johnstone as my keeper. Crystal Palace has been looking good. They have a good game against Everton, who has been just toothless offensively, and he can give you save points as well too. So Johnson in goal to cover the Crystal Palace defense. I decided to try and space it out, spread it out in terms of my defensive assets. So somebody from Arsenal, somebody from Liverpool. So I have Ben White, who has been consistent with giving assists.
Yeah.
Trent, obviously, on the other side. And also Timothy Castagne from Leicester City. He's a bit of a punt. I know it's Leicester City, but it getting a little dire now. They have to get desperate because
Yes.
relegation zone. So you might see something from them. So I decided to go with him, and he's the most attacking of the defenders. So even if they concede, maybe he gets the assist.
Right.
And in midfield, once again, Liverpool, Arsenal. Just trying to pack up my team with as much Liverpool and Arsenal as possible. I have Salah as my captain. Who did I put again? Gapco.
Yeah.
Saka and Martinelli. To me, they have give each of their teams the best chance at scoring.
Yes.
And throwing a little differential there with Madison. from Leicester. And finally, to finish it off, my front line, I have Isaac for Newcastle and Watkins, the man who has been on fire for Aston Villa lately.
Yeah, great form. Great
Yeah,
form. Yeah.
well, I still tinkering. It have guys on
Of
the bench
course,
like
of
Trippier.
course.
Yeah, as you notice, I have Trippier, I have Solanke on the bench. So
Yeah.
who knows? I still, seeing how I could, make it a little more differential
Yes.
because everybody on a free hit going to try to go for these same players. So, I'm going to try to take a little risk this week and go differential. So, but that's basically how my team should look.
How your team shape up. Yeah, looking good. I can't poke any holes. Just I would say that your bench is a great cover bench. You have a great bench cover there in case of any problems.
If any.
Solid. But of course, I hope for your sake they don't outscore some of your starting assets.
Yeah.
That is possible. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Because
I
that will mess up.
I do a little more thinking and tinkering.
Yes.
But yeah, before tomorrow. So.
All right. So of course, this is just two of us. We'll try and run this through really quickly. So we do have free hit 11 since everybody free hitting. You think we have enough strikers, or we could do a 3-4-3, or what formation are you thinking?
Yeah, actually, we could do the 3-4-3. I think
Okay.
we have a nice bevy of strikers to pick from.
All right. Watkins is no longer differential. Is that a safe bet?
Yeah, he's over 20%.
Oh wow, Gabriel Jesus.
25.
Is Gabriel Jesus a differential? Why I wonder why?
Kinda, but he's been picking up steam lately too. I find. I don't know what his ownership is like. Another check that to see.
Because I'm tempted by him for sure.
But
So trying to put in.
a nice differential.
Oh, he's 8.2. He's 8.2.
Who's that? That's
No, I just now watch out. He is. Hold on, sorry. His TSB is. Oh, no, forget that. 30. Damn.
Yeah. He went up.
Yeah. Hey, big up.
Price as well too.
All right, Kapil starting. Goalkeeper, we go with Johnson. Or
Yeah,
Johnston or Johnson? Johnston.
I think it's Johnston. Yeah, Johnston. Yeah.
All right, let's start the ball over.
I think we should start. We start from the keeper, go up.
Yeah, no
go
problem.
to the defense.
All right, sure. So we have in mind for the defenders then?
Well, as I said before, well, let me reverse that. Let's go with Dawson. Greg Dawson. I was going to say Timothy Castagne, but I don't want it to be too much.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, Greg Dawson could be a good job.
What about Moreno from Villa? Or are we saving, since we can't get Watkins right now, or you want to save the Villa spot for Douglas Luiz or something, or Buendia?
Yeah, let me save the Villa spot, because although Villa defense has been good, they've been giving up a lot of shots to it. They've been kind of lucky not to concede. So let me pull up on Villa for now.
All right, sure.
Who else do we have as a good defensive? We have a Crystal Palace keeper.
Right.
What
about your Pinnock, your Rico Henrys?
Yeah, that's just now. Pinnock could be a good dance out here.
Oh, cool. Could be seeing Rob Olin. Ooh.
Yeah, that's real differential. It could work,
All right, let's go Holding.
Yeah, playing Holding.
Right, one more defender.
So we have Holding, we have Dawson. Let's try to get a fullback in the mix.
Sure.
I would say, how about we go with Robertson? Could be a differential.
He's lowly on?
Yeah, I don't think he's highly on. I think he's less than 10%.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
If I'm not mistaken.
All right, so Robertson. Right. So defenders completed.
Right.
All right. The exciting positions now. Midfield. Now, we have some great options. We have Billen is a midfielder. We also have, we could probably go, what the cheap options from Liverpool, boy? Most of them are strikers. It'll be Jota striker, Gakpo is a striker or mid. Gakpo is considered a mid in this game.
Gakpo is not considered a mid.
Gakpo is a mid in this game. Yeah, but if he starts, do you think he will start?
I think so. I think there's a good chance. I think he has a real good chance of starting.
Okay, so we can put in Gakpo?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Gakpo. All right. So we have Gakpo there.
He's not highly owned.
Not highly owned, bro.
Trying to get him in. He's not.
Right. So Kapil St. Andreas, I think has a good shout from Fulham.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Thanks, Kapil. All right, 2 more minutes.
I would go with Olise.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't fight here. If I wanted to fight here. What about Villa Asset? Buendia, Douglas Luiz?
Ramsey.
All right, love it.
That's been good. Yeah. Let's go with Ramsey.
Great. All right, up top, strikers.
Is Isaac still differential? I don't know. I just like Isaac this weekend. I feel like if he could put against Sam.
It's Isak differential. Hold on, let me check here really quickly. Newcastle. Isak is 6.4.
Right. Yeah. Still differential. I would go for him.
Right, Isak. Kapil St. Antonio.
All
right.
So did he start today? I don't know.
That's I don't know. Hold on. I can tell you.
To be honest, I don't know the situation between him and Ings. I think Antonio starts on the weekend. So yeah, that could be a good show.
Okay, well, Antonio. Yeah. All right, and one more.
Who are we missing? No, you say Jesus not.
Yes, highly owned.
No, because how much Liverpool? We can only go with 2.
We have 1 already.
We have 2 actually. We have Robertson and
Robertson and correct.
Yeah.
What about your boy Solanke?
Yeah. Solanke could be a good shout.
Oh, Antonio scored brace today apparently.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right, Solanke. Now, who we captaining for this team?
Let me see who we have again. Gakpo. And yes. I would take a punt on Gakpo. No?
All right, I love it. Okay. So there you have it, guys. Johnston as our keeper. Robertson, Holding, Dawson, Gakpo, Andreas, Olise, Ramsey, Isak, Antonio, Solanke, and we put in the captain armband on Gakpo. So, of course, I will send this off to Caps, and Caps will do our calculations first for the next show next week. So, of course, Paul, as we like to do before we go, any solid piece of advice for this blank game coming up?
Try to not if you do have a free hit, right? Or if it is you have your free hit, but you're wondering if to play or not, depending on your players. If it is you have at least 8 to 9 players, I would say hold on to it. Don't try to force the issue. Maybe you use 1 or 2 transfers to get into people, but that's it. But try to play it close to your chest if you have the team that could bring out at least 8 players, 8 or 9 players for the least. And that's it. Just play your game, play how you see it. If it is you need to use the free hit and you see no other option, or you need to use another chip, you go with what you feel is best, and just try to enjoy the game. And I know we competing and we all trying to finish for the rank and the mini league and whatnot, but just try to have fun with it, and sometimes it could be hard when you don't get the points and you're like, oh God, why? But just try to free up and have fun with it.
Yeah, fully agree. And of course, my solid piece of advice, guys. Please click that save button. Do not let your significant other distract you. Do not let the stove distract you. Don't forget to game deadline is 3 p.m. tomorrow on this side of the world on Friday. So please, before you go to the bars for your drinking, fix up your team. Before you run away and take a early half day like we like to do on a Friday, check your team. And of course, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out our other content. Of course, we have F1 and IPL. Of course, currently happening next week. Of course, is the Baku GP Very interesting GP, the street circuit. So of course we'll be doing our preview show on that next week. So stay tuned for that and more on your home for fantasy sport, the Fantasy Pavilion. And don't forget, I wish that your captain score hat trick, keeper clean sheet, and may you all get green arrows for this weekend. Take care, guys. We'll see you on in the next one.